Blessings, family. This morning I was gonna do my normal podcast, which I'm probably gonna do anyhow. But today's topic was gonna be just about overcoming issues and problems in life and society. Not so much on a societal level, but on a personal level. And it's funny because the base of the conversation was about, like I said, just that overcoming personal situations and feelings and emotions. And ironically, after a great start to my day, taking my daughter to school and stopping, cleaning out the car, grab a quick bite to eat, grab a cup of coffee, get a few emails about work and some other things, and I noticed this feeling of familiarity about how I feel about being agitated. So the emails come, get a phone call about something else, work related, then some other stuff, life related, and here I find myself at this moment thinking about the very same thing that I wanted to actually talk about on my podcast, and it agitated me to the point where it just threw me off my game. So here I am with about 2 more hours before I need to be at work. So I wanted to keep it real as I can with people, because when I talk, I hope people listen and I hope they know where I'm coming from, a place of understanding. So, that frustration feeling, and again, I deal with a lot of issues. I had some mental health issues, some physical health issues, and people hear that word issue and everybody just kind of, looks at you differently. But it don't matter to me. It is what it is. And for the lack of a better word at the time, that's what they are. The issues that I deal with, that I have been for a while. Some things I can't help. Some other things because something that happened, PTSD, mental, depression, what do you call it? That anxiety and some other things. And there's a reason for these things in our lives, So I've been doing a lot of introspect and also in clinical studies in clinical environment where, I'm trying to get a hold of these things because they affect my mental life and my quality of life and my physical body. So we're talking a long time of dealing with certain things. And I don't want to speak on something that can put a message out there of hopefulness and constructive type of situation when I can't follow it myself. So basically, I'll probably, I don't know if I'll post this, so I probably will. And I'm going to probably come back in a little bit. I'm going to pause it right here. And I'm going to take my own advice and see if it works. And then I'll continue on my podcast. But right about now, I ain't feeling it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling a little agitated for a couple other things too. But I did put on my smooth jazz. It's down low. I can barely hear it. I got my Arabica bean coffee. I lit my incense, and I'm thinking about these issues, and I'm about to get on top of them and to do my little things to help me recover from this feeling that I don't really like and want at this moment. So I'll get back to you and let you know how that goes. So I'm back, family. I did make it through this paperwork and this office stuff I had to do. It's not that I don't like doing it. It's a government system. And part of the issue is that the government systems, as you all might know, compared to the civilian sector, the systems are very antiquated and difficult with a bunch of shit with them, and it just frustrates me to no end. I'm pretty decent on a computer. I'm no expert by any means, but I managed to do what I do, and if you see me online, you know. But this bullshit with the government is enough to make me pull my hair out, But anyway, I did make it through this. I believe I'm finished with this part. It was part of what was giving me a little bit of anxiety and frustration. The other part was some other things that happened today. So I was able to employ my rescue techniques, if you will, by just put myself in a familiar mind frame, what I know works when I need to do, when I want to change my mood. So I put my jazz on, and like I said, it's quiet. Other than that, I have my incense lit. It helps me. And I try to remember to breathe and just take the situation one thing at a time. I begrudgingly worked through this issue, and it did work. So, do I feel better? Yeah. And I can live with that. So, anyway, I had to do this video because, like I said, during my podcast, which I'm gonna get back to, and now I can focus on that because that gives me joy. And I want to do some things. I do a lot of things that are comical, somewhat, and funny at times. But I do have some serious, like Mike Tomlin just now. But I do have some things I got to work on. See, my smile's coming back, and it tells me my mood has shifted a little bit. So all I'm saying is that these tools that I talk about, and I'll be on my podcast, #ChazWins, and you can find that anywhere online, wherever you listen to your streaming service or wherever you get it from. So check that out when you get a minute. hashtag Chaz Wins. People would prefer to listen on Spotify because it's the easiest to find. So I'll be posting that here shortly, and I hope that it is helpful to somebody. I hope this video is helpful to somebody. So thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. Peace. Hey, and just to piggyback on what I was saying in the other two videos, that was a situation that I did not want to come into, but I fought through it, used my tools that I've been teaching myself to deal with stress and anxiety, and optimism helps me make through these situations. So it worked out in this time. The event that I did not want to be part of, I don't have to be, and I can go on and do what I do best. So sometimes it's hard to stay optimistic and stay on course, but when you do, there can be silver lining at the other side. So not to say that that happens all the time. And certainly, we all know in life we journey through this thing and we have plenty of setbacks. Matter of fact, if you look up the word setback in a dictionary or on Google, you'll find this face right here. So I'm just saying, I'm sharing this realness with you all so you can take it with you and hopefully it'll be helpful. Holler at you later.